If you're an acoustic guitar player that is struggling to add fills or riffs into your chord playing, today we are going to change that. A lot of these acoustic fills you hear are way easier than you think and have been hiding in your open chords this whole time. Keep watching because this is a super important step for acoustic guitar players. We are about to transition you from just playing chords to truly making a song your own unique creation with the use of fills. Now, in order for us to transition you into the next stage of your guitar playing, we're going to need a little song example, something to work these new concepts with. And today we're going to look at Last Kiss, more of the Pearl Jam version. Now, it's in the key of G major, and this is a good old 4-chord song. Let me show you the chords first. So you get G major to start off here. Now, you can do any kind of G major you're comfortable with. If you like a 4-finger or a 3-finger, you like to do it like this, I'm not super picky on this one. Whatever G chord you're comfortable with, grab that one. Our second chord is the 2-finger E minor, and I would suggest playing it with your peace symbol fingers like this. I'm on the 2nd fret of the A and the 2nd fret of the D. Third chord is C major. Now I'm just doing a standard open C, looks like this. And last but not least, we have our D major. Standard old open D. Now the pattern that I like to do in this song is the down, down, up, up, down, up. Now let's do that just one more time to make sure you got that. Down, down, up, down, up. So let me play through Last Kiss for a moment here with no fills or anything, just so you know how the plain chords sound. Then we're gonna get into the fills. So here's the plain chords. We get something like that, just a medium down, down, up, down, up on each chord. So now that we have worked out a song to practice these over, let's take a look at 3 fills that you can do over any chord. Because in the end, 3 fills is honestly more than enough to fool the audience into thinking that you are some masterful guitar player who's just full of improv and little leads and licks to add to their chord playing. 3 fills is honestly enough to get you there. Number 1, removing the notes on the B and the high E string. This is one of my favorite ways to add fills to chords because it's so easy. All it requires is you removing a finger from the chord. And this is going to be the case if you are on the B string or the high E string. Now, I'm playing this G chord like this. Now, if you notice, I've got a pinky up here on the high E string. Now, what I'm talking about with this concept is just kick off that pinky note. Let's strum the open strings instead. Give it a strum, and that still sounds great, right? Like regular G, take it off. Both of those sound good, right? It's not like we're getting like a really dissonant sound or something there, right? Both totally function as a G chord. So if you wanted to play a fill with a G, and I'll give you some examples of this in a moment, just take off the high fingers. If you're playing a 4-finger G like this, you can try even taking off the 2 top ones. Now, let's take a look at another chord here. So E minor, we can't do this on because we don't have anything on the top strings here. So this is a concept that we're not going to do on the E minor. However, the next chord, C major, I've got my 1st finger on the B string. Let's take a little test here. Let's take it off, strum it, see what it sounds like. That sounds pretty beautiful to me. So regular C, take out the 1st finger, get this beautiful other kind of C, right? Now let's try it on a D chord here. Grab your open D. Let's take off the high E string. Boom. Let's take off the B string. Sounds awesome, right? And all these still count as... all those still count as D chords. So that is our first way of adding fills into your playing. Just take whatever finger you have on the high E string or the B string and just take it off partway through the strum pattern. Now, I want to give you guys a quick example of this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a fill on G and C and D, not E minor, because like I said, this concept doesn't work with an E minor. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off the high string finger halfway through the strum pattern. Check out how it sounds. So we'll go. One more time. So all I'm doing is like down, down, lift it up, up, down, up. It's the exact same strum pattern, just partway through I lift off that pinky. Now something you can also experiment with this concept is lifting it off and putting it back on before the next chord. Something like this. 3, 4, down, down, up, down, up. I'll go down, down, up, down, up. And you can honestly take that finger off at random times throughout the strum pattern. This is like the easiest, best way to get fills on your playing. It doesn't involve you learning any fancy scales or anything. Literally just take some fingers off there. This is absolutely a trick that pros do. Number 2, the magic 3rd fret. Now this is another great fill to have. So essentially with all of these open chords that we're playing here, or even other open chords you know, the 3rd fret of the high E string is always a good note to add. The 3rd fret of the high E string and the 3rd fret of the B string. If either of those two notes are not already in the chord, play around with adding it to the chord and you'll be surprised. It actually sounds good almost every single time. Now, with a G chord, I've already got something up on the 3rd fret there. So let's do this over the E minor. I grab your 2-finger E minor. Now, we've got 2 free fingers. That's the great thing about E minor. Try putting your pinky or your 3rd finger, whatever's more comfortable, on the 3rd fret of the B string. Now that is a cool sounding E minor chord, right? So I could use that as a way to fill in regular E minor. Same thing with the high E string. You try that 3rd fret on the high E string with the pinky. Get that sound, right? All of those sound great, right? Regular E minor, B string, high E string. They all sound nice. So if I were to try that in action, right? Down, down, up, down, up. I just added it partway through. Start on regular E minor, then add your pinky at the high E string randomly at some point in the pattern. Right? It just gives that little change. Instead of just, get this. It's just those little subtle things that are the difference between professional guitarists and a lot of amateur guitarists, right? It's just these little subtle things. Now let's try a different chord here. Let's take a look at the C chord, because you also have a free finger on the C chord, and let's try both of those notes. Try adding your pinky to the B string 3rd fret. Sounds awesome, right? It's another cool C chord, definitely goes in. Now let's try the high E string. I love this way of playing a little riff on a C chord. That 3rd fret on the high E string just sounds awesome. Now a D chord, we've already got the B string, but you may have seen this move before. Add your pinky to the 3rd fret of the high E string. And now we've got another fill we can do. So let me try this from the top here. I'm gonna play through the chords and I'm gonna add those in on E minor, C, and D. So I'm just gonna add that note in randomly in the pattern. Let's see what it sounds like. It's awesome. Something else you can start kind of playing around with this is, once you've got it at least, is actually starting it with the additional finger. Like when I go to my E minor, try having that extra note added right at the beginning, and then take it off. One more time. And that's why I call it the magic 3rd fret, because it fits into any chord. Now, of course, use your ears, make sure it fits to the song, whatever song you're playing, but that is just such a cool magic spot. Any open chord, add the 3rd fret. Sounds awesome. Number 3, the 3 to 5 slide. Now, this is a cool move. Now, on any chord, you can do this. You can take off your fingers at the end of the chord, grab the 3rd fret of the B string, that magic 3rd fret, play that note, then play the 5th fret after that. This is a very kind of Hendrixy move. And when you're doing that 3, 5, I'm just using the same finger for both of them, but try to push through so you get the B string, but you also get the open high E string. So you get kind of 2 notes in there, kind of like a Hendrixy. or like a Stevie Ray Vaughan. Right, that kind of stuff, that'll slide in. It's like a great way to inject a little Hendrix into your playing. Let me show you what this sounds like in action here. Sounds awesome, like injecting a little bit of Hendrix into your open chord. So what I do to fit this fill in is you have to like kind of take a few strums out of the strum pattern. So if we're doing the down, down, up, down, up, this fill is gonna take place for the latter half of that. So in other words, what you have to do to get this fill in is you gotta do 2 downstrokes, then go for that fill. So if I was gonna do it on G, I'd go down, down, 3rd fret, 5th fret. That timing exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you notice too, when I move up to 5, I actually maintain pressure. So it gets a little bit of that slidey sort of sound on the fretboard. That's maintaining pressure into the board there. Great sounding fill. Now those are the 3 concepts. Now the last thing I want to do before I move on is I want to go back through the chord progression and I'm going to play the chords a few times through with a combination of all the chord tricks we tried so far. So let's get into it. 1, 2, all the examples. Here we go. That's how you want your acoustic chord strumming to sound. Now, just to prove to you that all these chord concepts and riffs I'm showing you aren't just for the chords that we played. These are for any open chord song, you can do all these moves. And just to prove that, let's go through another song in a different key. We're gonna take a look at Imagine by John Lennon, and that's in the key of C. And we're just gonna look at the verse for this one. So it's 2 chords. You get C major, very slow, down, down, up, down, up. Same pattern, but down, down, up, down, up. And then we get a very simple F major 7 here. Just this one right here. So again, take your 3rd and 2nd finger on the C chord, drop them down. Strum the bottom 4 strings, there's your F. So imagine it's something like this. Imagine there's no heaven. Easy if you try, right? So that's it. It's just a down, down, up on C, and then on F major 7 after that. Now in this song, I find the F is the best one to do the fills on because that's not where John's singing, right? He's singing on the C. Imagine there's no heaven. It's all instrumental. If you ever get an instrumental chord like that, no lyrics, that is the ultimate spot to put fills. So let me try first here. Let's try adding the magic 3rd fret to the B string or the high E string. And again, I've got a free pinky on that F chord. We'll see what it sounds like. So C. That's great on the B string. Let's do it again. So there's a B. Let's try the high E 3rd fret this time. Great. All right. So the 3rd fret trick for the B string or the high E string work beautifully over that F chord as well, right? And that's a different chord from the last song. Proving my point, these fills work everywhere. Now let's try the 3 to 5 slide on that F chord. Let's see what it sounds like. That's great. A little combination. You can play on the C too if you want. Same deal. So I just proved it. Those chord moves work over any open chord. Doesn't matter what key you're in, what style you're playing, you can always do that to get fills in. And that is your first step into making a song unique, is learning those 3 basic fills. Now, the acoustic fill moves that I showed you today are all attached to the chords you're playing. This actually gives them a really advanced and kind of sophisticated sound, and it's going to cause you to have a ton of fun while you're playing them. You can finally start to make a song your own. So now you know the things you needed to add fills to your acoustic playing were just sitting right inside your open chords this whole time. And this truly is how the pros are playing open chords. Now, if you've enjoyed adding some leads and fills into your acoustic playing today, I've got a free gift for you. This book right here will get you instantly soloing on an acoustic or an electric guitar. Acoustic guitar players are known for neglecting their scale and lead studies. If you're really serious about adding lots of fills to your acoustic playing, checking out scales is definitely the way to do it. Now, this book is 100% yours and it's 100% free, so click here now to get your free copy. You'll also find a link to it in the description of this video. Guitar is a very quickly rewarding instrument, and it's lessons like these that get you having fun making music without getting bogged down by years of studying theory. So let's have some fun together.